Hello, friends. Welcome back to Curious Commerce Capital Budgeting Series Part 24. In today's capital budgeting series, we are going to learn one of the most important concepts in finance, that is, the complete net present value formula calculations. Many students understand the idea of NPV theoretically, but when numerical problems come, confusion starts. The questions like how exactly do we apply the formula? Why are there powers in the denominators? Why do we discount every year separately? Today, we will answer all these questions step by step. Remember, NPV is not just a formula for exams, it is used by companies, managers, investors, banks, financial institutions, and even startups before making investment decisions. Suppose a company wants to buy machinery worth 10 lakh rupees. How do they know whether the project is profitable or not? That is where NPV helps. In this video, we will understand the full formula, break every symbols, solve the simple calculations on logical manner, and learn common mistakes. By the end of this video, you will feel much more comfortable with NPV calculations. So, let's begin the journey step by step. Before jumping into the formula, let us quickly recall the concept of NPV. NPV means net present value. The basic idea of the present value is present value of future inflow minus investment. In simple logic, in future cash inflows are more valuable than the initial investment. The project is good. If they are lower, the project is bad. But there is an important point. Future money cannot be compared directly with today's money. Today's 1000 rupees is not equals to the 1000 rupees after 3 years. Because today's money can earn interest, be invested, grow in value. That's why we convert future cash flow into present value. This comparison, this conversion process is called discounting. Today's video is very important because this is the core formula behind NPV and DCF investment appraisals, financial management decisions. Without understanding this formula properly, capital budgeting becomes difficult. So, now let us go deeper into the actual formula. Now we are entering the heart of the chapter. Here is the complete NPV formula. NPV equals summation of or the sigma into CT divided by 1 plus r whole to the power of t minus initial investment. At first glance, students get scared because it looks mathematically. But don't worry, we will simply understand this formula by step. This formula has four important parts. One is the CT, R, T, and initial investment. The sigma symbol means add all discounted cash inflows. Now let us understand practically. Suppose a project gives cash inflow for 5 years Each year's cash inflow is converted into present value separately. Then all present value are added. That's why it is called as in the summation or sigma. Initial investment is subtracted. That final answer is NPV. Positive NPV means project creates wealth. Negative NPV means project destroys wealth. This formula is extremely powerful because it considers time value of money, risk, and different years cash inflow. That's why NPV is considered one of the best capital budgeting. Now let us understand the first symbol, that is CT. CT means cash flow at time T. In simple words, cash inflow received during the particular year. For example, the year first is 500 rupees, year second 700 rupees, year third 900 rupees. Each year may have different inflows. This is very common in real business. A project may earn low profit initially and high profit later. That's why each year is calculated separately. The important point is, do not combine all cash inflows together before discounting. Each year must be discounted individually. This is one of the most common mistakes students make. Always remember, different year, different discounting calculations. If you observe this example, the 0 year means the initial investment, the first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. The cash inflow is 30,000 rupees, 45,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees. We should calculate the discounting value for each year separately. Now let us understand the symbol R. R means discount rate. This is extremely important. Discount rate represent cost of capital, required return, risk level. Suppose investors expect 10% return, that discount rate becomes 10%. Higher risk projects usually have higher discount rates. For example, the safe projects generally the discounting rate at 8%. The risky startup projects is 18%. Now understand the logic carefully. Higher discount rate means future cash becomes less valuable today. Why? Because the investors expect more return for taking the higher risk at present. This reduces the present value. That's why higher the R leads to the lower the present value. Managers carefully choose the discounting rates because even small changes can completely change NPV result. So discount rate selection is very serious managerial decision. Now let us understand T. T represents time period. For example, year first T is 1, the second year's T is 2, third year's T is 3. As time increases, discount effect becomes stronger. This is very logical. Money received after many years is worth much less today. That's why denominator's power increases. The year fifth money gets discounted much more than year first year money. So time plays a major role in financial decisions. Always remember, longer waiting period leads to lower present value. Now let us understand the complete process. The step 1 is identify yearly cash inflows. That is the first step. In step second, apply discounting formula to each year separately. In step third, add all present values. Step 4 is subtract initial investment. That gives NPV. This is the exact method used in exams like CA, CMA problems and MBA finance also. The corporate finance investment analysis. Students often panic during the long numerical problems. But if you follow these four steps carefully, everything becomes simple. Finance is not about memorizing. Finance is about the logic. Once logic is clear, formulas become easy. Identify the cash flows, the separate cash flows. Now let us take a simple example. The investment of rupees 1000, cash flow is 600 rupees for 2 years. The discount rate is 10%. Now we must calculate whether the project creates value or not. The important point is we cannot directly add 600 plus 600. The reason is the year first money and year second money have different present values. So both years must be discounted separately. This is where students begin understanding the practical NPV calculations. Now let us calculate the year first present value, that is 600 rupees. 600 divided by 1 plus r to the power of t, that is 1.1, that is 545.45. And the second year 600 rupees, the present value is 600, 1 plus 1 whole to the power of 2, that is 495.87. Add both present value, that is 1041.32. Notice carefully, year second has square power, this area. The year first has no squares at all. Now we add both the present value. This gives the total present value of the inflows. See how systematically the formula works. Every year is treated separately. This is why NPV is considered scientifically strong. Now the final step is NPV equals total present value minus initial investment. Total present value is NPV is 1041.33 minus initial investment of 1000 rupees. The NPV is 41.33 rupees. If NPV is positive, this is positive in nature, positive 41.33, accept the project. The reason is project generates value above the required return. If the NPV is negative or the minus, directly we reject the projects. Because returns are insufficient. This decision rule is widely used in companies across the world. Managers prefer projects that maximize shareholders' wealth. That's why NPV is often called the best capital budgeting technique. Now let us discuss the common mistakes at the time of the calculations. The mistake one is wrong formula usage. The second mistake is ignoring time period. The third mistake is wrong discounting rate. So during the exams, write formula properly, substitute values carefully, use calculator slowly, double check the powers. Accuracy is very important in financial numericals. Let us quickly summarize today's learning. Today's we understand the complete NPV formula, the meaning of CT, R and T, step-by-step calculations logically, and practical numerical approaches, common mistakes. Most importantly, you now understand why the formula works. That is more important than the memorization. Practice more numericals and this concept will becomes very easy. In the next video, we will solve a complete NPV numerical step by step in detail. We will calculate actual present values, solve full table format, interpret towards the financial about the final answers, learn shortcut understanding. So continue our journey with curious commerce. Thank you, friends. Stay curious, stay, stay consistent, and keep learning finance deeply. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, thank you all.